That's what I'm saying. All those people, Busta, you're right. Busta's part of it. Snoop
Oh,
performs.
if you're gonna say that still performing, then I would you have to say LL Cool J. Then he's still performing.
LL, but
Yeah,
yeah,
he's still
LL Cool J
performing.
too.
If you're
He's one
gonna
too.
be saying
Yeah,
that, then
LL Cool J.
LL throw him in there. Then
Throw him in there too.
because
LL.
he's rocking the bells.
That's six.
Yeah, he's rocking the bell. In fact, he was rocking the bells earlier this year. Every city he was going to, right?
Yeah.
He would whoever is big in that city, they would be on.
So that's six so far. Yes, LL deserves it. 6.
Yeah, LL deserves it.
So who
From
else?
the 80s
So who else you
till
gonna say?
now, still performing.
Yeah, who else would you say?
Shit.
Because we're not just counting you as just have to be an MC, you know. We're counting you as an active person still and performing.
You have no look. LL deserves his flowers, his red carpet, because look, he put in for the culture from the 80s. He did acting as well and went back into music again.
That's a GOAT.
You know,
he is a GOAT.
He's the GOAT, bro.
He's the one who popularized that name anyway. So who else? No, there's not really too much. Now it's trying to be stretched. Because LL is relevant.
LL Cool J is relevant.
Who else are gonna tell me relevant now? Besides LL.
It's very tough to say.
I could say one, but no one's gonna say it.
Say it.
Jaru.
Okay, yeah,
he's still performing.
Well, if you're
you see him in the meet,
yeah,
you see him out there.
Yeah.
He's doing shows up here. He came up to Canada, guy.
That's true.
As long as you're performing, and does he perform bad? That's the whole key. Okay,
I will agree upon that. He can perform.
People are still.
He sounds like the record.
People are requesting him.
Yes.
So hate him or love him, he's still relevant. That's what I mean. As long as you're still performing, you're relevant.
True. So true.
So yo, I'm gonna go on now to more of the history of hip hop, like the awards now.
I heard that this year's the hip hop BET Awards was a disgrace. I didn't get to hear it, but I heard that it wasn't so good.
Because they don't have anybody, like they don't really include everybody in it. It's anybody who only could make it to the award show. If you notice. They give the award to most likely the people who are there.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't make it, you're not gonna win. Now you tell me Drake didn't win any awards at BET? Tell me.
Look here, man. Right to know what's going on in hip hop for me. Like you know me. I gone through many. I don't like to talk about my age, but I gone through a couple of decades and seen hip hop evolutionize now, right? So now, like, it's gone from to the pop to the rap to whatever, the trap to whatever, and all of that. Okay, yeah, everyone's doing their thing, but to really stay relevant in the game now, yo, like, don't get me wrong, performing and all of that and doing videos and all of that is fine. That's cool and dandy. But now you have to step it up a little. You know what I mean by that? You got to get your shit on, like, maybe some movies, some series or something like that to get even more longevity. Because as long as the movie or the series is popping and it's hot with your track on it, then yo, it don't matter what else is going on. As long as your track, or worse yet, your hit track is the theme song, that's even better.
So like, for example, I was gonna bring up Suge Knight, right? Yeah, I saw this post and I reposted it saying that Death Row had like some of the top hip hop artists around. Like Suge Knight managed to put all these people together: Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and Tupac. Think of it: Tupac's big, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and he had them. So he made what a record label, a hip hop or independent label was, because he had more than just those artists. That's what made Death Row big, not just the artists. It's how he organized it. Remember, he gave them all gold chains.
Yep. You're
Every
right.
artist, even the ones you didn't really know, had gold chain.
Yeah, you're right.
Who did that? Give the artist and real gold, is that no some
Yeah.
real gold chain. So he done some, even though you hear all the bad stuff, right? You're gonna hear all the bad stuff all the time. But Suge Knight probably done a lot of good stuff for people, because without Suge and what he was doing, there wouldn't be a lot of these, like, you wouldn't hear these albums.
That's true.
He was funding Dr. Dre's stuff because he had to leave easy.
Yeah.
He was funding Snoop and all of these guys. So they know, even though you hear all this shit, they respect Suge Knight still.
Yeah. You're right.
Dr. Dre respects Suge Knight in some way because he took him away from a situation and gave him another situation, and after then he became rich, richer than ever. Snoop too. Death Row signed Dr. Dre a long time now. I mean,
but
after
Dr. Dre was still a silent partner of Death Row, wasn't he?
I heard that's on other news a lot of people don't talk about.
Yeah, he was a silent partner of it, and then after all the bullshit was going in, he said, "Yo, I had enough. I'm going to sell." He wants out. You know what I mean? I guess sell his assets or whatever with it, and start Aftermath.
Yeah,
and that's what happened afterwards.
Yeah, he started the Aftermath.
And he hasn't looked back ever since.
You remember when he done the album with Nas, AZ, I think Nature,
The Firm,
and which one was the female?
Foxy Brown.
Foxy Brown. People don't even talk about that.
Classic album.
Dr. Dre produced it with Nas. Dr. Dre worked with Nas.
AZ, Foxy Brown, and what?
Was it Nature? Yeah, he was from Queens.
Wasn't it Cormega?
No, it wasn't Cormega. It was Nature. Nature. That's that guy. He was like the most unknown one, but he was from Nas. Like, I think he's from Queensbridge. Okay. Nature. But that album was ill. Dr. Dre produced some East Coast. I think that's his first time really producing East Coast rappers. But perfect. You got AZ from Brooklyn. And then you got Nas from Queens, one of the top rapper them.
Yeah, a West Coast, veteran dealing with East Coast rappers.
I wonder what made him think of doing that though. How did he get that?
Didn't that happen after the so-called East Coast West Coast thing? Didn't that happen afterwards? When did that album come out?
Interesting.
You would have to check it out.
Yeah, check it out.
Check it out.
Right, no.
When did it come out?
When did that come out? No.
See what year.
Okay. Let's see. The Firm, right? 1997. Yeah.
Right after Pac died.
And Biggie.
And Biggie. So after that, right?
Or this could have came out right before Biggie died. October.
Huh?
October 21st, 1997. October
1997.
Yeah.
So when was that East Coast West Coast bullshit was going in?
Before that.
Right?
Yeah.
So that was his way saying, yo, I'm not really down for that. This is my way of saying that I'm showing love to the East Coast.
Yeah.
Because that was a way to try to repair things. You get what I'm saying?
Like, The Firm was released on October 21st, 1997 by Aftermath Entertainment and Interscope Records.
Yeah.
The project was created by rapper Nas, his manager Steve Stout, and producer Dr. Dre, track masters who came up with the idea of forming a hip-hop supergroup. The original lineup included Nas, AZ, Foxy Brown, Cormega, you're right.
Cormega.
Who were all featured on the song.
It was Cormega.
I thought Nature was on it.
Nah, man.
Action from Nas album was written.
I know my history,
in 1996, however, Cormega later left the group.
Told you I'm a hip-hopper, man, for life.
Artistic differences between him and Nas as well. Contracted disagreements with Stout. He was replaced by Nature. Yes, I was right.
Oh, he was replaced.
I remember, seeing Nature.
Oh, okay, all right. Then you were right as well then.
Yeah, prior to the recording of the album is a concept album that revolves around the theme of mafia and gangster lifestyle. The songs on the album were mainly produced by Dr. Dre, Chris Glove, Taylor, and Trap Masters.
Mm.
Poke and Tone, featuring guest vocals from Pretty Boy Wizard, Cannabis, Don Robinson, Noriega, and Half a Mil. Yeah, yeah, man. That was a super group.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Dre was going into a different pocket. And then he got, guess who? Eminem.
That was like in 98.
That's the year around the
Afterwards.
same time. Then he got another.
Afterwards.
He was searching for a sound.
Yeah.
And then he got Eminem.
Yeah.
And you know what happened after that?
Oh, yeah.
And then when did Eminem get 50 cents?
50 Cent came out like, no.
03?
03.
So then that was like maybe 5 years after Eminem was in.
Yeah, well, he was
He
developing
developed
his
himself.
career and a few albums, and then
he
after
had his own career by then.
and then after 50 Cent came into play.
Yeah.
But 50 was doing his thing, but
Yeah.
he got his attention
Yeah.
with Eminem.
Yeah,
Afterwards.
2003.
Yeah, 03.
And then Eminem built up his empire.
Yes.
So you guys gotta look. 50 Cent built up his empire.
Oh, 50 is a mogul now.
So after
He's
Eminem,
a monster
don't you see
now,
how it
yeah.
changed? Eminem got big off of Dr. Dre. Right?
Yeah, and then after
then
50 got big off of Eminem, and now 50 is a big time mogul now. Big time TV mogul. The Power Universe has Kanan on it. Power Book 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? Power Book 3 is Kanan, and Power Book 2 is dealing with Tariq and all of that, and you have the Force, Power Book 4 or something like that. You know what I mean?
Also, like you're talking about series, what do you think the influence of hip hop has done to like Hollywood? Because like the Wu-Tang.
Oh, the Wu-Tang American Saga series.
That
was
example.
dope.
It's
It
like-
showed their story.
Do you think they're gonna do more like that?
Well, you know what? To be honest, you know whose story I would love to hear? The two people's stories. That's Master P of the No Limit
Yeah,
and Outkast. You know what I mean? Dungeon Family and all of that.
there's a couple.
You know what I mean? But those two
Or Run-D.M.C.
deserve. Well, yeah, them two. But I'm saying those two
Yeah.
deserve a big time story. You get what I mean?
And even like the first groups like Run-D.M.C.
And probably Cash Money too, as well.
Yeah.
Cash Money as well.
And even like I would like to see like a movie really like on the Sugar Hill Gang and shit.
True.
The guys first.
So you're pretty much saying like, okay, besides, all right.
Because there's a story.
Okay, besides, the series, them what 50 doing and all of that, that's fine and dandy, BMF and all of that too. But we would like to see more of our hip hop heroes seeing their
movies.
history, their
Instead of slave
story,
movies.
instead of these slave movies and all that, and
Show
just
like-
reading up on it and everything. Like if they have like a real hype story, we would love for you guys to produce it and
There's stories
show
like
it.
that.
You know what I mean? Like like their actual story, how did it begin?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Straight up, like.
Before
we
they die.
need more of that. We need more of that.
Before they pass away, the guys who are all still alive.
Yeah, like that. They
Be
could
doing a-
actually be there to like
Help direct it.
not only help direct it and not only help to write it. They're there to like make sure the story goes the way it accordingly should go because they lived it. You get what I'm saying?
So now, like, what do you think of like how the hip hop? I'm not talking about. See, people confuse a commercial. There's commercial rap, and then there's hip hop. So, what is the hip hop you're listening to right now? What?
Man, to be honest with you, like nowadays hip hop is very tough, man. It's very, 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 very tough for me. Very tough. Like I said it on a pod before. It's just nowadays like for our home, Toronto, hip hop alone. Because we started the podcast, that's why I'm listening and hearing new music like from Toronto alone from home. But now it's mostly the States, you know what I mean? Straight up. But me, I'm mostly a old school cat, you know what I mean? Like straight up. I love the bars, I love the boom bap and all of that, you know what I mean? I'm mostly that. I'm about the real hip hop, the underground. You know what I mean? I'm not about that trap. I'm not about that mumble rap. I'm not about them thing there. You know what I mean? I'm about real hip hop. You get what I mean? That's what I'm about. Real shit. I'm no disrespect to all of that. You know what I mean? It's not my cup of tea. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Straight up. But if you could come real creative with it and catch my ear with that sort of style, okay then you have something. But if you're doing it like everybody else and all of that, the same shit, like, like on the real, look, you could use the new evolution of style, but be creative with it. Like, and what I mean by creative with it, like, you don't have to be copying or biting anybody. You could be inspired by, look, y'all went to school one day. You know what I'm saying? So, and and you know what I mean? If you love the art, why not look up some of the greats and seeing what's the deal? There's something called the internet, man.
So I seen the article with Offset from the Migos saying, why hip hop sales are down because everybody
40%
sounds the same, right?
Yep.
And you know what he means? He's saying a lot of people sounding the same. And
hardly
then
any
the
creativity
funny thing,
anymore.
They used to be slapped with the label because they're so popular that they're the mumble. But when you listen to Migos, they're not mumbling.
You know what it is, Sean? You know what it is?
And he's done like the Michael Jackson.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. You know what it is? You see, back in the day, they had less to work with. That means more creativity. Yeah. You see, nowadays, they're too spoiled. Yeah. They're too spoiled. They got too much. Way too much digital, too much whatever, too much. So it's easier to copy. You know what I mean? But compared to back in the day, it was hard to copy.
It's just people are not correct. They just.
Did you hear what I just said?
It's easy.
It's easier to copy now compared to back in the day. You have to come up with creativity compared to being popularity.
They don't care about that anymore.
Yeah, they care about popularity.
Yeah, they don't care about
compared to compared to talent.
So it's easy to they use the tool just to mimic so they could get popular. Use the tool to mimic to be popular because right now, like I said, the Migos before, if people didn't do research, used to be hit with the label of mumbling, but they're just with their accent. They weren't mumbling. If you listen to them.
Well, like I said,
lyrics straight,
like I said again,
but the people after who tried to copy them, right? They all didn't sound clear.
Like I said, but like I said, it's all about putting your style to